We are a healthcare clinic and social service organization run by and for the sex worker community. It was started as a response to the criminalization of sex workers here in San Francisco. Prostitution is still illegal in San Francisco and California and everywhere across the country except for certain parts of Nevada. The criminalization of our community directly contributes to the harms that we experience. Criminalization leads to an increase in violence against sex workers. It leads to an increase in isolation, depression, loss of familial ties and social connection. It leads to higher rates of HIV and STIs. There is a tremendous amount of economic disparity in San Francisco, and a lot of people in the city turn to sex work as a way to survive, and for some people to thrive. And we don't believe that that should be something that gets you thrown in jail.
Let's say you're a mother and you're arrested for prostitution. You can't provide for your child, you can't provide for your family, you're not working. There's court fees, there's bail fees, there's stuff that's taken away from providing for your family when it's a job that's a choice. It's a job that can be a choice, and it's a job that can be safe. Also, when an employment is in the shadows or it's illegal, it makes it a little bit more dangerous because you don't have protection from government or respect from society.
When we think of sex workers, we think of escorts and dancers and exotic dancers, go-go dancers, adult film entertainers. And we think of those in sort of the more romantic sex worker roles. But who we also reach are the survival sex workers and sex trafficked individuals and voluntary escorts, and those who don't even know that they're actually engaging in sex work for trade, for housing, for food. Within that is representation from women of color, minorities of all different genders and persuasions, more specifically transgender women, transgender men, and gay men of color as well. And of course, lots and lots of women.
It's one of those things where you never would know who's a sex worker because it's so hidden. And once you find out what the dynamics are in the work of sex work, then you kind of break down the reasons why, and that this is a viable job and it is something that people do. It's more of a self-care service than anything, and that kind of service deserves support and decriminalization.
Sex work is work, and most individuals working in the sex industry don't have health benefits. And many individuals who are sex workers receive judgmental and discriminatory care when they try to access mainstream health institutions. We offer a whole host of services ranging from primary medical care to mental health care, substance use services, harm reduction services, HIV services. We offer support groups and outreach and needle exchange, overdose prevention. 70% of sex workers in the Bay Area are LGBT. A third of the sex workers that we see here at St. James are trans or gender nonconforming. We have a program called the STRIDE program, which is a peer-based transgender health program where folks can get access to hormone replacement therapy and counseling from their peers.
I'm not sure there's any place in the US and maybe even the world that has a transgender sex worker run peer-based program as St. James does. What this means for our clients is hopefully that we're creating a really safe space in a judgment-free zone to talk about whatever is on their mind relating to their sex work, their involvement in the sex trades, and their status as a transgender nonconforming or intersex person.
Sex worker rights are an LGBT issue as much as they are an economic justice issue, a reproductive justice issue, a racial justice issue. Sex worker rights really are a set of issues that are at the intersections of a lot of movements, and what we want to do at St. James is shine light on that and create spaces where sex workers don't have to be ashamed to talk about the realities of their lives and their needs.